Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Azshara. It's been a while, hasn't it? My name is TotalBiscuit of the WoW podcast, Blue Please on CynicalBrit.com, here with Hi YouTube, the Goblin Rogue, in her daring adventures through Azshara. The last time we saw her, she was arguing with a senile blue dragon, who I think is around here somewhere, if I remember correctly. He's hiding. There he is, see? So he decided to finally come out of the spirit realm, decided that he can never really be with the spirit healer, the anatomical problems aside, it just wasn't working out. So he came to annihilate the Black Dragonflight. Which is exactly what he's doing. In the meantime, Kalik has some quests for us. More specifically, he wants us to kill a couple of the Twilight leaders. A Black Drake and an Orc. It's pretty awesome, I might add. In the meantime as well, the goblins, as you might imagine, are looking to profit from the entire situation. That's cool. That is really cool. No doubt about that. Got to pick up 2 more quests that are cunningly hidden inside the brush. They're actually really hard to find because of how high the damn vegetation is around here. Q5000 YouTubers saying, "Oh my god, I saw it all over there. Yes, I saw it before you did." Yes, that's the sound. That's what I imagine them actually doing, just FYI. They're sitting at their computer going, "Nah, nah." Yeah. Got a couple of ones here. And the first one is we've got to go rescue some labourers. Not out of the goodness of the goblin hearts. Don't be ridiculous. It's because labour is expensive. So it's easier just to reclaim some than get some new ones. And this, which is kind of nifty, is use the Cryomatic 16, which appears to be some kind of monocle laser. I wish it was actually a monocle laser that you could wear, because that will officially be the greatest item in World of Warcraft. But as it turns out, it is not. Regardless, it's kind of neat nonetheless. We're going to kill some Sable Drakes with it, and we're going to do so by shooting them out of the sky in a large ball of ice. Now, I'll tell you what I really like about this area, aside from other things, is the fact that all of the mobs here seem to have some kind of special ability. So, you saw that one right there was casting shadow bolts at me, and also has a little void zone on the floor, which is very cool. And there are some others that will drop these fire traps that will actually set you on fire, and you can avoid them if you're quick enough. So, that's really nice for level 19 mobs to have something that interesting. Big fan of that. In fact, this entire area is pretty awesome in almost all respects. You'll see why when we get to the end of this, and this is the culmination of the quest that we've been doing for quite some time involving Kalik and, of course, Azuragus. In the meantime, we do need to do some stabby. Feels good. There we go. Now, these guys do occasionally have keys on them there. It's almost 100% drop, but not really. The nice thing is that you've also got Azuragus flying overhead, and he will randomly freeze your opponents. And you can just beat on them, which makes this area a whole lot easier. And if you are not careful and you pull multiple mobs here, you will end up getting killed, which is good. It's very, very good indeed. It encourages a certain degree of care and attention to be paid. There's one out. I was expecting something kind of awesome in terms of a quote, as we've seen in the past, but in this case it was not to be. Upsetting, sort of. I'll stabby this guy, and then I'll speed ahead to the actual boss fight, I think. So these guys don't seem to do anything particularly special, either that or I just kill them too quickly. There are some archers, I believe, that use the immolation trap, so it's just nice that they've spiced the mobs up a bit. I appreciate that kind of effort. Okay, let's go and take on the bosses of this area. Now, unlike previous quest mobs, they've really put some effort into this encounter, and it's fantastic! Let me show you exactly why. So we're going to go up here against the Twilight Lord, and this actually kicks off a scripted event. You don't even have to be that close to do it. I was going to make some linen bandages, but it looks like I'm just going to have to deal with it. So the dragon flies up in the air, and you've got to fight her. She's got a couple of abilities. She's got this Twilight Barrier, and I believe if that breaks, it will actually set you on fire, which is a little bit unpleasant. So we keep beating on her, put a bit of invasion, because she's actually doing a lot of damage. She is not easy at all. We keep bringing her down. That's the old Drake Talon Cleaver from Blackwing Lair by the looks of it. Oh, there's a classic for you. At least it looks very, very similar to it. Anyway, it might not be exactly the same. Okay, I'll bring it down right here, and then you get fireballed, and then this happens. Oh, God. I'm gonna get so very eaten. Or am I? Da 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 da. Yes. Hell to the fricking yeah. I'm sorry. That's a level 20 quest that is cooler than most of the stuff that I've seen in Wrath, if not all of it. Oh, that's fantastically wonderful. Look at that. Look at that. It's a brilliant end to a quest series. Holy hell. Never saw that coming. You've got a fight that's actually kind of challenging. Has an ability, hits pretty hard. You've actually got to, be awake to kill it. And then you've got this cool scripted thing that happens in this moment of absolute badassery. Oh, and you get a blue at the end of it as well. That's what I'm talking about. That's absolutely freaking wonderful. More of that, please. Hopefully we'll find more of that in the rest of the leveling zones, because I tell you, that is entertaining. Right, well, we've got to finish off capturing, or indeed killing, these sable drakes. I'll show you again what this actually does, and then I can skip the rest of it. For some reason, they fly up in the air and then fall down. You know, you wouldn't have died if you just stayed on the ground like a sensible drake. Bloody black dragons, always leaving their brains at home. Okay, right, we don't need to see the rest of that. Now, the game kicks in a nice bit of subtle phasing right here. Of course, you've basically beaten that lot, so Azshara is back on the ground. And that's quite convenient, considering you do need to talk to him now, and that would be a little bit annoying if he was still flying. Where are the bloody quest givers hiding in the shrubberies? Bloody typical, I tell you. I thought, oh, maybe they've moved with the phasing as well. No, they're just hiding. Can't see them through the long grass. It's bloody League of Legends all over again. Right. Those are they're just generic quests. You might as well do them while you're here. As I say, they do give you quite a bit of experience, but nothing else special. Worth doing while you're there, though. Especially since they're kind of neat. Oh, hi, buddy. What you been up to?
Thank you, little one. Sometimes it's easy to get lost on the throes of love and lose sight of things even as a dragon. I plan to rededicate myself entirely to making sure Carrick never steps up to take Malagos' place. It's the most noble cause I can think of. You should head back to the harbor. I believe someone's waiting for you there. Try not to get squashed or eaten by anything.
Yes, thank you, Azshara. Hopefully we'll see you as a recurring character in future adventures, although somehow I very much doubt it. That would be too awesome. We have to go to Bilgewater Harbor, folks. Oh, yeah. So, this place has a flight point, but it's sort of secreted away near the jetty, which you don't go to when you first fly there, because if you remember correctly, you fly there from a preset point that's actually part of a quest, and it puts you at the other side of the island, so I never noticed the flight point. Now, if you had the flight point, all you'd really need to do is go up here to the North Rocket Terminus, and you could fly all the way over to Bilgewater Harbor. As it stands, I don't have the flight point, so it looks like I'm in for a little bit of a trek. What I can show you while I'm here, I suppose, would be a little bit of the Rocket Way. This used to be in my Azshara tour video, which I had to take down because it had some Ed guy in it, and when I became partner, I wasn't allowed to keep that kind of music in there. It's understandable. But I can certainly play you some Cataclysm music while we're doing this and give you a little bit of a look at the scenery. So here we go, folks. This is part of the transport network for the giant Azshara leveling zone. So here we go. Enjoy. it somehow didn't seem right to interrupt that piece of music, because it's goddamn awesome. True story. Something about video game soundtracks that I do very much enjoy listening to. I have a very large collection, because for a long time I did a show called Gaming the System, and before that I did a show called TB's Show about video games, and Gaming the System is on hiatus at the moment because my co-host is... I would say my co-host is pregnant, but that's not true. His wife is, so they're going through a big upheaval at the minute in terms of their family life, so he's very busy. Plus, he just started a new job working for the guys behind Runes of Magic, so that's very, very cool indeed. Gonna end up playing that at some point, no doubt. Anyway, the Cataclysm music in general is extremely good. It's nice to get massive nostalgia trips, and there are a few pieces of music that just resonate with me from WoW. One of those is probably the main theme from the Barrens, because I just remember spending a long time in the Barrens, and I left my music on because I do like to listen to video game soundtracks. And there you go. It's okay, guys, No, I won't, but I will do the most ridiculous flying death you've seen outside of fricking Team Fortress 2. Oh, well, right, okay, so we're on the pier right now, skipping all of that nonsense, and we can get on with our questing. This is the Bilgewater Harbour. If you haven't seen this already, then you haven't been paying attention to my videos. It's a main questing hub, and there's the Flight Master right there on the left. Yes. This is the end of the quest series, folks. It's kind of pointless, but it does give you another hat. Yes, here is another variation on the hat. You do get to keep the wizard's hat, which is nice, because otherwise it would be imbalanced, because the Worgen get a hat. Admittedly, the Worgen hat is better. You can swap it for this one, and that will allow you to create a little bit of an illusion, which is Season 2 Gladiators gear. Yes, indeed, folks. That's a recolored Mage Tier 5. The Tirisfal set, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah. That really is a little bit of a nostalgia trip. They must have put that one in there as a nod to the TBC players. I hope they did, because that's great. I'm finding it difficult to be cynical, folks. This content's good. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I can't. I just can't do it. It would be dishonest. That's one thing you can't accuse me of, folks. I'll just say what I see. If I think it's good, I'll tell you. If I think it's bad, I'll tell you. And usually give a suggestion as to how to make it better. In this case, Azshara is such a good leveling zone, with a couple of exceptions, of course. There are certain quests which could be spiced up a bit, but hey, the majority of the content is really great. And there's more to it. There's so much more questing. I'm already level 20, and we're still going. So bear in mind I've spent now 8 levels in this zone. You're supposed to spend at least 10. If you are, say, an orc or a troll, you will end up here at around level 10, I believe. As a goblin, you come out of the Lost Isles at level 12, so there you go. But whatever the case, there seems to be loads more questing to do, so we will continue. Now, this next series of quests involves a battle with the Naga, of which there are a few. The goblins are attempting to drive all of the Naga out of Azshara, and they're doing a pretty decent job of it, but they need a little bit of help nonetheless, and of course, Uncle Goblin needs you. Why do I have this unusual sensation that the quest text rapid deployment might involve something incredibly dangerous? Oh, what a shocker! Goblin's rapid delivery system usually involves strapping yourself to the back of something highly volatile. How I learned to stop worrying and wait a minute, I've done that joke before. It's still funny. I'm sorry, it is. Mainly because I would imagine that the majority of my teenage demographic doesn't get it, but hey, there you go. Thankfully, they're in the minority there. You know, I did expect it to fly a little bit higher than that. It seems remarkably stable for a rocket. I can trust this. Looks awesome. Would have been nice to get little ripples there, but now I'm just nitpicking. It's okay, it's nice and stable, no problems here at all, and then we crash. No explosions, man, Blizz, what are you doing? The surprising lack of explosions, I say as I enter the beach of explosions, whereby you get explosions so freaking large they actually block out your field of view. Yeah, rocket doesn't explode, it doesn't blow up. I'm very, very upset about that. More so than I should be. Now, we can grab this one right here, which involves claiming some territory, staking a claim. And we've also got to head over here, report for duty, and this series of quests, you sort of get promoted in the field, and you go to various different areas, and you kill stuff, and you fight the war against the Naga. In this case, we're talking to Lieutenant Drex, who is a fairly common sight. That is an awesome gun. Hell yeah. And the more entertaining one, which is the one over here, whereby you have to rescue some already dead characters.
You looking at me?
Let's give it a try.
Hey, I got your back.
Now, what you've got to do is you've got to summon in the airborne priests. We've seen this before.
Don't try anything stupid.
We saw it earlier in one of the Goblin leveling videos that I did a while ago. And what you can do is you can actually fire off a flare gun, and down will come a Goblin priest who will, of course, charge them for the service. Needless to say, they are called Halo drops. Oh, man. So many puns, so little time. Blizzard can be relied upon for anything. It's terrible references. Fire the sanctified flare gun, as opposed to your normal, everyday heathen flare gun. Yeah, you get lame quotes every time. No big surprise there. I like that, though. We only brought you back so that we could squeeze more money out of you. Although, isn't that odd? That's a character resurrecting NPCs. NPCs usually die. I mean, does this basically mean that no one within WoW can really die, because a priest can just come along and res them, or they can go to a spirit healer, or, of course, they can be frickin' Nefarian and have his head cut off 100,000 times and just come back like nothing happened, merely a setback, blah, blah, blah. Seriously, this is an immortal world. I don't know why they're so concerned about, oh, kill Jaden, Silgaris, evil old god stuff. No! Who cares? We've got friggin' Halo-dropping priests. We'll be just fine. In the meantime, you're going to kill some Naga. These are really easy, because they don't even aggro on you. You can walk right up to them. Most of the time. Not all the time, but most of the time you just walk right up to them. And annoyingly enough, they will stay attacking. I wanted to group them up for a bit of blade flurry, but no. You're just going to stand there throwing stuff at each other for all eternity. Needless to say, they don't do any damage to each other, or at least not enough to even be noticeable. There we go. Splat. Like I say, there's not a lot to say about that. And the Halo dropping is kind of amusing, though, I will give you that. And just because I want people to see the rest of the quotes, I'm going to skip forward to some more. What do you have to say for yourself, sir? Oh, really? Well, you didn't need that fourth wall anyway. Have I got a... Someone at Blizzard takes great pleasure in torturing us with these. Really. It's like the WoW equivalent of the jokes you get in Christmas crackers. I swear someone is down in a basement and he's the most sociopathic, evil person. If they let him out, he would go on a serial killing rampage. But as it stands, he is doomed eternally. Restrained by giant soul shackles, and his sole outlet for his unfathomable and eternal evil is to inflict bad Christmas cracker jokes upon the world. You know what? Just let him out. Just let him go on the killing spree. It'll be much more pleasant. And much more contained. Christmas cracker jokes are an epidemic that will never stop. I am the Christmas Grinch. What can I say? Okay. Now, we do have another pickup right here. This will take us to the next area. We're not going to go there right now because we do have one final thing we need to do, and that's stake a claim. Now, I must admit that I was also disappointed by this quest. Why? Because if I were a goblin staking a claim, I would do it with proximity mines. As it turns out, all they need is a mere horde flag. They seem to be towing the line a little bit too much, not making enough profit on the side, and certainly not aggressively defending their assets. You never get rich by writing a lot of checks, and you certainly don't get rich by not defending your new acquisitions, preferably with high explosives. Goblins are going soft, folks. It is a sad, sad, sad day. But it is gorgeous beachfront property, darling. Yes. You know what we could use? A giant phallic tower. And you know what? Azshara is full of them. Yes, indeed. It's a veritable forest of the damn things. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. And yeah, you can do that, by the way. Doesn't have a casting time, so just sneak on up to it, put it down, and then run like hell. Or just kill the mob, because it's not going to do much to you anyway. There we go. We have the big old tower. And one last thing. We need to get the Vista. Why anyone would want Vista, I don't know. I mean, really. But, well, each to their own, I suppose. I've got to attest I'm enjoying this area, honestly, even though this little bit's not exactly as cool. You've got to have those lulls. You can't have everything be consistently amazing, because then you just don't have those standout moments that really stick in your head. You know, I'm going to remember that Azuragus quest with the Kalagos and all that cool stuff. I'm going to remember that. It's very well designed. This area is really fun. I would highly, highly recommend that you do not skip it. Trust me, you'll regret it. What the hell is with these... Ugh. Hideous little creatures. Ah! I'll see you next time.